Okay, 7:34 and 61 degrees even. Just made it back to the trailhead. Wonderful Kim just dropped off myself. And by the way, a guy from Southern California who started the PCT in 2018. Wasn't able to finish, but there's that blaze tap out of the way. Just getting back to the trailhead now, as I said. I think we got like 8 or 9 or 10 miles or something to get to Warner Springs, but I ain't got no business with Warner Springs, so I'm just gonna blow right by. My next stop is going to be Idyllwild, where I expect to take my first 0 of the PCT. Idyllwild I will be accessing via the unconventional gateway of Paradise Valley Cafe, which is about 50 that is miles ahead. So in 50 miles I'll reach Paradise Valley Cafe and try and hitch into Idyllwild from there. Plan is that I have my ice axe and crampons and a whole bunch of other sort of odds and ends waiting for me at Idyllwild. And I did, while here in Montezuma, went ahead and booked 2 nights in Idyllwild. I understand that that can be a kind of competitive place to get a spot, so I went ahead and booked that. So that also kind of means that the clock is running at this point, because I have a guaranteed reservation on Thursday night. I think today is Tuesday, so I have 3 days to get 50 miles, 50 miles, and we'll kind of see how we feel. Hopefully shouldn't be a problem. 17 miles a day or something like that gets me there, but per usual on any sort of jump like this where I'm on a time crunch, I would just as soon prefer to start strong and bank some of those bonus miles early in the jump. We'll see how we go. I'm going to get hiking, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, guys, it is 10:36 in the morning, 73.8 degrees on day number 8. Yesterday, I apologize. For those of you who have watched my videos before, you know that usually on every week on multiples of 7, I like to do a health update to update you on what's going on with my body and what's going on with my gear, if there's anything to report. And I missed it yesterday on day 7, so we're gonna make up for it again today. First of many, hopefully, health updates. Unfortunately, there's no trees around for me to knock on, so I'm just gonna have to imagine I'm knocking on wood. I'm gonna report that so far so good. I have had exactly 2 blisters form since the beginning of the trail, and those are those typical sort of palm blisters that I develop early on a trail. Those are from the trekking pole straps, just kind of folding up the skin on the palm of my hand. It'll probably be a month or so that I'm dealing with that before it gets all calloused up and hard. Aside from that, no blisters on the feet, no blisters anywhere else, anything like that. There's a bit of a hot spot on like my right, like the back of my right ankle. Sort of felt like a proto blister, so I just covered that up with Leuco tape and should be fine. Feels good. Body, other than that, my knees definitely were barking on that descent down into Scissors Crossing the other day, and they remain sort of curmudgeonly about descents. So whatever, I mean, that's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you know, something I'll pay attention to and try and manage as best I can. But fundamentally, these are just quite literally the pains of getting my trail legs back. So the only other thing I'll mention about body is that my right ankle as well was, I think on a lot of those sort of like catwalk, ridge walk type traverses, the trail itself was ever so slightly off level, and with every step, particularly of the right foot, that is the uphill side foot, I would come down ever so slightly off camber, and that's led to just a bit of tenderness in the right ankle. Again, nothing super crazy, luckily. So I think that's another thing I can just kind of work through. So far, I have not been sleeping as well as I would like, so not really much to do about that. Perhaps I'm just not as tired as I would like, although I feel pretty tired. I want my sleep to get better, though. Definitely want my sleep to get better. Hopefully it will. I've also been camping for the most part around. I've had a few nights where I've camped on my own, a couple maybe, but for the most part I've been sleeping around pretty large groups of people, which I like people, but that's not really my preference. My preference would be to kind of camp on my own, or maybe with midnight chocolate or something like that. Let's see, or Martin's good people too. Yeah, gear, still feeling good. This pack is definitely heavier than I would like. I've actually already gone ahead and pulled the trigger on one decently significant gear swap. Of course, I started this trail with the Osprey Aether 85 liter pack or whatever it is. And so far that pack is, I mean, it's almost 6.5 pounds empty. So it's definitely a heavier pack, but it rides really nice, and that's kind of what I wanted to get out of it. The other gear change I've made is I've decided that it is completely ridiculous that I'm carrying, like, I don't know what, almost 3 pounds of rain gear or something like that. So I very begrudgingly finally purchased Z-Packs, whatever they are, the rain jacket and rain pants, and I'm going to be sending home my Patagonia Gore-Tex rain jacket and my Arc'teryx Gore-Tex rain pants. I will be keeping my poncho, but in making this switch, I am both spending about $500, which I don't like, but I am saving probably £1.50 pounds or something, and that's, gosh, and that's pretty good. Yeah, I just want to try and lighten up as much as I can. So aside from that, everything else is going good. Gear feeling good, gear, body, all feeling good. Want to work on sleeping, want to work on getting my legs. Aside from that, feeling good. So that's it. First health update in the books, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey, good evening. It is 67.9 degrees at 6:42 in the evening, and I've made it to camp for the night. I was the first one here, and now there's like, I don't know, 14 or 15 people here or something like that. But dude, check out that view. That mountain actually reminds me so much of the Zirkles in Colorado. Like, just I think it was like my first day out of Steamboat Springs in northern Colorado. It just definitely has like Zirkle vibes, but there's no one here who's from Colorado, so I don't have anyone to confirm it, but definite sort of Zirkle vibes. And then I'm going to try and set up a time lapse for you of the sunset, because I think we might have a cool sunset too. Today, definitely a groovy day. Really cool to see Eagle Rock. I was kind of like setting myself up for disappointment on that sort of view, because like I was like, I don't know, man, probably everyone just shoots their pictures from the same angle, but like, dude, it's a pretty impressive spot, and I was getting ready to climb it, but one of the gals that was around let me know that it's like a sacred native site, so obviously I'm not gonna disrespect it that way if that's what it is. So but yeah, started the day with Eagle Rock. That was super duper, and then pretty much just been climbing all day long. And yeah, I think this is my longest day on trail so far, like 17.9 miles. But you know, I feel pretty good. Definitely I'm, you know, getting a little more comfortable with the ups, but still got a little ways to go yet before I get my legs and my hooves all dialed in. What else? That's about it. Yeah, I guess I have 32 miles to get to Paradise Valley Cafe, which is where I'll get to Idyllwild. So anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Sorry if there weren't a whole ton of clips today. I was just kind of hoofing and climbing all day long. Hopefully the sunset will make up for it. So this is gonna be my last check-in of the night, and really hope you guys are having a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow.